Oh boy. X, J, 1. Like 5 pages, and all it is the skirt. A massive leg, though. Okay. All right. B10, B14. Where'd music go? Oh, there it is. What the heck? Getting some weird error. I don't know if this error matters, though. Whatever. And 14, 12, 17, 19. Twelve, 17, 19. getting tricked. It's XG, not G, obviously. 20 no, I need. XG 20. That's it. XJ, XG. Okay. K120. Okay, 4. G, XJ, K, X. Okay. K1. K4. Oh, weird. My mic is interesting. Filters. The filter's like picking up some background music, which is kind of weird. It could be. Okay, maybe that's better? No, it isn't. Weird. Here. Hey, Pencil Knights, how's it going? I'm just messing around with sound or yeah, with the volume on this. It's being, well, it was different the other day. And now I don't know why. Weirdly, like my normal mic is, I think, picking up the music, which is kind of odd. The PGU Nu is going very well. This thing is super cool. I'm sure you've seen pictures of it already, but it is crazy detailed. Just the amount of stuff you get in the box for it is just really, really cool. Huge fan of like, I don't know, just like all the details. I was a little bit like I was like, there's no way this thing is like worth the cost that it is. But it kind of is. Like, I feel like it's actually not that bad. Definitely, yeah, definitely. It's still expensive, right? Like, even if it's quote unquote worth it for the the amount of like parts you get, it's still really expensive. XK4, K1, K4. Gonna have to do that twice. No. Okay, yeah, it's way better organized than the Barbados. The way it works is you get 3 boxes in the PGU box, right? And the first box has like these you have like runners with like different labels. So, like these are the X runners, then there's the regular ones, and then there's another set too. And the first box is like mostly frame colored parts and like metallic parts. The second box is mostly like armor parts or colored parts, and then the third box I think is entirely the fin funnels. But it's organized like reasonably well. And in each section of the manual, it tells you all the runners that you need for the part that you're gonna do. So, like what I've been doing is I just like I did the legs, so I grabbed all the runners that I need for the legs, like the leg armor. Now I'm doing the waist, so I grabbed the 10 runners you need for that. And then I've just been taking them back and forth and storing them in the huge box rather than like laying them all over my desk like a crazy person. If you had like infinite space, you could probably do it a little bit differently, but I don't have that much space, so I'm doing it this way. Oh, shoot. I think I just clipped out the wrong part. XF3. Yeah, I did. Whoops. I actually need this part instead. To do the snap build, I think it'll be like I've read online that like people are spending like 30 or 40 hours on just the snap build. So probably somewhere around there. But I'm doing it like I'm not putting together certain things that I know I'm gonna paint. And so I'm trying to be like as I don't know, as smart about this as I can, because getting some things apart will be really difficult. But I'm also not going to paint every single part of the frame, because I'm a little bit worried about the ABS plastic on it. Because ABS plastic doesn't like lacquer paints, and I don't really want to use acrylic paints. So, but yeah. I think like, yeah, to do the snap build probably 30 or 40 hours, and then to do the painting like, I don't know, another 100 would be my guess, maybe more. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be a while. This part I didn't mean to cut out, so I have to be careful. Set it over here for now. XFFKXC. How is your Barbados coming along? I saw your clip with the LEDs in there, which looks freaking awesome. XC6. Oh, I think this is the part that everybody breaks. I think. So I have to be careful. This goes around like the hip joints, and I think I've seen like quite a few people break it. Oh yeah, if you're doing the guns and everything too, yeah, that's gonna be a huge pain. Do you think it's like easier to do because of the like kind of the open frame nature of the IBO stuff, or do you think that's harder? Like, is it harder to hide the wires, or is it easier because it's easier to like run them through? B11, 14. Yeah, I mean, I guess after doing that red Gundam and like just wiring that, well, I think actually there's probably some level of like masochism that every gunpla builder probably has. Like you have to, you must, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be doing this like incredibly tedious like process for all this stuff. There's probably something wrong with all of our brains. But whatever. At the end of the day, I guess we get a cool robot, and that's what it's all about. XP. I've got to say though, like, I haven't done a perfect grade in a very long time, and it's kind of cool to see like just how like how much they could put into the kit to make it like a cool experience to do. It's probably, as far as like the actual build of a kit, like it's one of the coolest things in a long time. Wrong elbow joint? Oh no. I already made a mistake when I was putting this together on the foot, and I forgot to put a part in, and that was, it probably took me like, I don't know, 20 minutes to get it apart without breaking something. This thing is really tightly like put together. That would be sick. How many PGs have you done? Have you like painted a lot of them before? The Exia is one I've got, and I actually really want to do it. I've heard it's really, really nice, but it's been sitting in my backlog for a while. But I really do want to do that one. Exia is just like a really cool Gundam in general, I feel like. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, if this one goes well, or, I don't know, like, this is gonna take a long time, so I shouldn't even be thinking about the next thing yet, but the only kit I know I really want to do, that that they just announced, was that MGSD Kshatriya. I really want to do that. That seems like so much fun. So, like, I don't think it comes out till, like, much later this year. So, I'll work on this for as long as, you know, as it takes until I'm happy with it. And then, yeah, I don't know what I'll do. And then maybe when the Kshatriya comes out later, I'll get to, I'll do that one too. Yeah, I was actually surprised. They announced the Destiny, and I was like, oh, cool. Okay, I was surprised they even said they were going to do Destiny. Like, I'm surprised they did, like Seed got another one before, like 00 or something. But, yeah, it also looked really good. Like, the effects parts that it all comes with and everything, like, the MGSD, honestly, all of them are just so good. Like, all of the kits are just amazing. Like, for whatever reason, Bandai, like, made these little MGSDs, and then we're like, alright, we're gonna go as hard as we possibly can on all of these, and just, like, make them the best kits possible. I have the aerial one all snap built and everything. It's, like, ready to be painted, even. I think I did, like, all the rescribing and everything on it. But I haven't got around to painting it yet. Ooh, that was a incredibly tricky little nub. Or undergate, I guess it is. Cruel. Am I supposed to cut out? No. Okay. Yeah, the build was pretty like quite fun. The kit, it's really cool how they put the shield together, and have it like be modular, so it can be like the little bits, and also then turn into a shield. It doesn't need like an extra piece like the full mechanics and the high grade have. It does it all with like cool little connector clips that like look good in both shield mode and in bit mode. Ariel is also just like a good design of a Gundam too. It fit the series really well, and I think you know, like, it's just a cool looking kit. Yeah, super cool. I've been like toying with the idea of, after I'm done the snap build for this, to maybe do like something else for a little bit. Just so I don't like burn out doing the exact same kit, because once you start painting this thing, like it's gonna take forever. So I was like tentatively debating that I'll finish the snap build of this. And I've never done this before. I always just only ever work on one at a time. Maybe like take a little bit of a break. Oh yeah, the Caliburn is also like, I think I actually also like the Caliburn build more. Aesthetically, or like I guess thematically, the broomstick on it was just so good. Like the witch from Mercury with a broomstick is so funny. Do you want to know what my secret hope is? And I think it would fit really well too. If they did a MGEX Caliburn, I think that would like fit the lineup really well. Right? Never pre-ordered so fast. And like they did an LED system with the unicorn, right? Well, I think that the MG or MGEX line, like the Caliburn, would fit pretty well with some LEDs to give it like the rainbow permit score. Like I think like, yeah, it just makes sense, right? Come on, Bandai. This one's like, this free money for you. Just do it. I wonder what the actual, but like, I wonder what'll actually be the next MGEX. I don't think it'll be like a UC kit, because I would have guessed maybe it would have been new until they did the perfect grade for it. Yeah, I could see that. That would be cute to have like two little like a unicorn goober and a Kshatriya goober. I heard a rumor about a Gundam X real grade, which would be kind of sweet too. RGs are like interesting, right? I think they look really nice out of the box, but they're actually like quite challenging to paint because of all like the small parts. But I can see why like people like them a lot because I don't know, they just look quite nice without having to like paint them or anything like that. And I think that like space is like a real concern for a lot of people. So them being a bit smaller is sometimes a good thing. How's it going? I can dive by 0. How is your well, it could be morning, could be evening, could be could be any time. Man, though, like there's just so much ABS plastic in this. Like I think every single one of these parts that I've clipped out is ABS. I really should ask someone who's finished painting or who is painting it if they're like worried about the like using lacquers on the ABS. On break at work, nice. It is fairly late here. What kits are you working on when not at work? Master Grade Force Impulse? Okay. Let's talk about the Impulse because Impulse is genuinely one of my favorite designs ever. It is such a cool looking Gundam. The entire like Master Grade lineup of them are sweet too. And only have the weapons left? Yeah, so you're almost done then. But yeah, I don't know. I love the Force Impulse design. It's just super cool. The really good take. Like, I think the Strike design is pretty good actually. Like as a take on like the original Grandpa, right? For Seed. But Force Impulse is just like so cool. I think it's just like kind of a better version of Strike. Yeah. All the real ones know how good Force Impulse is. And it's had some really good kits too. I think like the real grade's really good. The master grades are all really good. Now, if only what was her name? Luna Maria was a better shot with it. She kind of missed a lot of shots in Seed Destiny. Very unfortunate. Seed are the best V-Fins? Yeah, I can get behind that. I mean, like, I'm a bit of a Seed, we'll call it simp, I guess, or Seed supporter, Seed apologist, whatever you might want to be. But yeah, they're very, like, I think even people who really dislike Seed, most people still think the designs of the kits and the designs of the mechs are still good. And I agree. Luna Maria is still, she's chill. But she did miss a few shots. I don't remember where I got it, but I think I have a Luna Maria, like the Figureize kits somewhere that I should probably do. Alright. Let's put some of this together. See what parts I forgot to clip out. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Nice. I still don't know what I'm gonna do after this, but like I was saying earlier, I probably shouldn't even think about what I'm gonna do after this, because I'm gonna be doing this for a really long time. I've gotta say though, like, okay. You know when you've like built a lot of kits, right? Sometimes they all, like, it kind of, they feel a little bit samey after you've done, especially if you've been doing a lot in a row, like you've been doing them one after another. And I think I was kind of feeling that. And I am very glad that I started doing this guy, because this is just such a unique, like, build that it's, I don't know, it's kind of got me back to really enjoying just the build part of everything. It's very cool. Doing a kit bash is actually a good idea, or trying to be a little bit more creative, because a lot of the stuff that I do is just like recreations. Like I paint them, you know, as they looked in the TV show or whatever. And I maybe should like branch out a little bit more and do something like you know, a little bit more creative. is that? Did I fail to clip it out? Maybe. XK2, I did. Get it now. Yeah, I never know what to kit bash. Like I did a kit bash of, as like barely a kit bash, but it was still. With the Destiny high grade and the Black Knight squad, which actually turned out kind of cool. I liked it. But I should do something maybe a little bit more ambitious. Maybe get, I don't know. Something to think about, though. Man, I wonder who the first person that kit bashes the PGU Nu will be and what they'll do with it. Like, imagine the PGU Nu, but like with, I don't know, like the backpack from like the Unicorn Perfectibility or something. Yeah, I think I definitely could do it. Although sometimes sometimes I'm never sure. Like, I'm not sure if my creativity is as good as like my general like execution on paint or something like that. Like, I find I'm like less of a creative person and more of just like a I don't have any trouble like doing a paint job or something like that. But if I want to come up with something like unique, I'm less good at that. Oh yeah, the mass production Nu. Somebody should do that. That would be hilarious. That kit looks like a monster. All right. Yeah, this is like this part here, I've seen online that people have been breaking it somehow. Because it locks in place. And because the joint is so tight, it like turns and turns and turns and it cracks or something. Probably doesn't like become an issue until you have it like fully built and you're trying to like move the arms around or something. See here. How does this work? What part is that? This is another part like that? What? I am struggling. I'm not sure which part this is. It says to do it first. Hmm. Wait. No. Oh, do you just do it twice? Oh, I bet that's it. Okay, never mind. I figured it out. I'm an idiot. Very good. The Gundam. Oh yeah, I do actually. I've been playing a lot of the Gundam TCG. It's actually a lot of fun. The art is beautiful. I agree. I've gone to a couple of the new type challenges, and I went to. We had a regional. Last what was it, like October or ish, and I got top 32. But cooler than anything I've done, a guy from Ottawa, where I live, won the entire North American Championship in Vegas. That he's a buddy of mine. So he won like the really rare, like RX Grandpa, which is so cool. I'm so happy for him. Also, like, just a very nice dude too in general. So, if somebody was gonna win, I'm glad it was, not a jerk. But yeah, have you been playing around with it? Like, have you played the game, or are you kind of just like more in it for collecting the cards? Nice, nice. Have you played like other TCGs before? I've played in my day, played a lot of Magic the Gathering. Um, so coming from that, like there's like some similarities, although the game is still fairly like fairly different from Magic. Okay, old veteran Yu-Gi-Oh player, yeah, yeah. Oh man, I got that the Blue Eyes from the Shonen Jump a million years ago, and I played Yu-Gi-Oh a bit for the first few sets. Like it was Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, the one with Jinzo. Um, yeah, Magic is extremely expensive to play. Yeah, you gotta have a lot of money, and honestly, like Magic is, from a competitive standpoint, it's pretty dead nowadays. There's lots of casual formats, and like the game is still very popular, but the competitive aspect of it is pretty dead. A lot of people like the non-competitive formats of it, and collecting the cards and whatever. Yeah, I don't blame anyone for not really getting into Magic. It's just so much money. Honestly, like so many of the card games nowadays are just like Gundam isn't too bad actually, but even it's kind of expensive. But yeah, it's just like a lot of money to be investing in. I think if you like, as long as you're having fun playing the game, you know, it's not bad to spend money on your hobbies, right? So, you know, costs money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to make you money. It doesn't have to be like, you know, an investment. But it's still a lot of money for maybe what you get out of it. XG. Play versus system. No, I don't think so. I don't think I played that one. Was it good? Bad? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, I did.
Hello?
Ooh. Yeah. No, I know a lot of people who were super into that. Oh, it died? Rip. It's like one of the problems with like some card games, if they like don't get the support or just don't have the player base for whatever reason, sometimes they just die. Some people think the Gundam TCG might not last. I am not sure. I think it would be really hard for the Gundam TCG to not work because Gundam is just such a popular IP, right? Like you have such a big fan base to play off of that you'd have to really screw up the game. Like, the game would have to be so bad to get people to stop playing it. I remember seeing that one too. Yeah, yeah. In here, like One Piece is really, the One Piece card game is really popular here, and so is what's the League of Legends game called? Shoot. Riftbound. That's it. Yeah. Riftbound has been, I think, pretty popular here. I'm not sure if it's like fully taken off, but I think it's pretty popular. Yo, man, trying to find the product, 100%. They need to reprint the starter decks so badly, like the first 4. I don't know why they, like, just, I don't know, won't? I'm not sure if it's even, like, a won't, or if they're just, or if it's intentional to, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know, but I agree with you. It's so bad to get some of the cards right now. And, like, yeah, that could do it, too. Like, if it's just impossible to get all the cards, people will eventually just be like, okay, I'm not going to play this game then. And that would be, like, kind of a silly way for it to not do well. But hopefully, hopefully, like the rumors of the starter deck reprints and stuff come to pass. Aha, what's a part in here? Yeah, not fit properly. Because the game is actually like it's pretty fun. And yeah, as you said, the artwork is sweet. I got oh, I'll show you. Give me one sec. I opened this card a little bit ago. Check this out. Maybe my camera will focus. We'll see. Yeah. LR++ Barbados, which is pretty sweet. Oh, you got one too? Damn, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a nice... It's worth a lot of money too. I was very surprised with how much some of the cards are worth. Oop, nippers. Yeah, the betas are so much money too. The card that my buddy won from the North American Championships, I think, is worth almost $50,000 US, which is like insane. That's like a fancy car, or like a good down payment on a like, or at least maybe not a good down payment. It's a good chunk of a down payment for a house. It's crazy. Yeah. I won that. I would sell it immediately. I don't need that. I know, with like some of the Magic the Gathering cards, like I sold a lot of my collection years and years and years ago for a lot of money too. And like, yeah, these are just like trading cards. Oh, like, and you played Yu-Gi-Oh! When during the pandemic in like 2021 or something like that, um, I was cleaning out my place because I was bored and there was nothing else to do. And I found a whole lot of my old Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and looked through them, and I had 6 first edition Dark Magician girls from, I think it was Metal Raiders that had her. I can't remember which set had her. Whatever set she was her. No, it wasn't Metal Raiders, but one of the sets. Whichever had her first. I had 6 of the first edition ones. And they were worth a lot of money. I didn't even have a, like, I sold, I think 3 or 4 of them. And had no problem finding a buyer for them, which I thought was crazy. Sometimes I wonder where people get all this money from. And maybe they should give me some of it. Yeah, Dark Magician Girl? Yeah, for sure. It's like a very popular, very cute, like, anime girl card. Like, of course it sells a lot. Because I don't actually even think the card itself is all that good, right? At least, yeah, that's what I heard that too. I heard like the new Yu-Gi-Oh formats, like you just basically like games are over really, really fast and you just like dump your entire deck out like really, really quickly. Which doesn't really sound all that fun to me. Like it would be more fun. Yeah, like it's more fun to have like a little bit more of an interactive kind of game, right? Um, yeah, that sounds kind of crappy. Why is that? Like, is it just balancing? Like, do they need to like ban some cards or have some restrictions in the format or something? Because like that's what Magic does. Like you have like old formats where like cards are maybe a little bit more powerful, but nobody really plays them because they're not like they're expensive and like they're not that fun. Some of the time, anyways. And whereas like newer formats are usually slower than that. 1, 3. XJ. Already did that. XB1, 2. They ban the problem and just reprint a new problem. That's maybe not the greatest game design. Not that I would really, not that I can really say, but I don't know. Card game design sounds like it would be pretty hard to be good at. You just have to balance, especially when a game like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic just has, thousands and thousands and thousands of different cards. It must be really hard to balance them. But at the same time, like, yeah, it's not going to be fun if every game, like, you just sit there, draw your hand, and then maybe you kill your opponent immediately. Oh, so it wasn't always like that, eh? It was like, maybe it was better organized at some point. Because yeah, I don't hear too much about Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments here anymore. I think they still exist, but I feel like they're not nearly as popular as they used to be. A little bit of a bummer, though. Ah, bummer. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, like, Magic the Gathering is kind of interesting. Like, I think there's a format that people play in Magic, and it's not a competitive format. It's a casual format. And it became really, really, really popular. And Wizards of the Coast decided to support that format a lot. And because they did that, they stopped supporting the competitive part of the game so much. And I think that caused the design of sets to go like, at least the quality of the sets to go really, really down. And so it made like the best parts of Magic, which I think was a really well designed game, but it made it not fun anymore. At least if you wanted to have a competitive game. Yeah, I'll bet you made some money. Like, it's just crazy how much the cards are worth. It's just so much money. Just so much money. My music stopped. And like, I don't know, I get like maybe you're trying to actually invest with these cards, and I think like the people who kind of do it as a living might actually probably make a good deal of money. But I feel like for the average person, you're kind of better off just, you know, doing normal investments with your money rather than like speculating on cards. The cards feel a lot like gambling. And it's like unregulated too. Like it's just companies, right? They can ban or unban cards, you know, without any sort of stop guards or checks in place. But there are a lot of people like I know like I have a guy who he keeps one of his Magic the Gathering decks in a safety deposit box at the bank, right? Not even I think it's like a deck, it's like a collection of cards, right? And it's insured and everything like that, and it's worth, you know, $500,000 or more, right? So there's definitely like, you know, money to be made and money that has been made. And I guess as long as there's nerds like us that are like willing to buy these cards or play the games, right? It'll always have value. Yeah, neither am I. Oh, man. Somebody told me that some of the undergating on this was like quite annoying to deal with. And they were right. There's a bunch of like weird little undergates that are actually like kind of hard to clip and clean up. And you have to like clean them up or else the parts won't fit properly, right? It is nice that it's undergated though, because it means that anybody building it, even if you aren't planning on painting it, your final result is going to look really, really nice. Although I will say they did fail to undergate or at least design in such a way one or two of the like chrome plated gold parts, and it does sort of show. I'm probably just being very fussy here, but it is it's true though. Are you thinking you'll ever do the PGU? If you do, you could do like a whole way better LED system for it. You could like light up the entire psycho frame or something. It is gonna take too long. I'm low-key, a little bit worried, like, that I'll burn out before I finish it all. Little bit worried. It is just a lot of work. For something that, like, honestly looks really nice, like, out of the box. At least from what I've seen. And honestly, just, again, like, just looking at this, like, this is gorgeous. And this is just the bare plastic. Looks awesome. But there is the thought of, like, how cool it can look if you do, like, go full psycho and paint the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to get it apart. Sweat. Hmm. Whatever. What do we got here? Oh, I can see the skirt kind of coming together here now, right? Well, yeah, something like that. What a tank. Thing's huge. There's just like 10 whole pages, and it's all you're doing is like just the skirt. Usually the skirt takes like no time at all. Hmm. Part. Yeah, okay. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out and chatting for so long. It was good chatting with you. Good luck with the Barbados LEDs. I am very excited to see your build. Yeah, we'll definitely do more live builds. We'll talk to you then for sure. I should give more notice to people that I'm going to do a live build. I'll try and do that. I'll try and plan it a little bit more. Alright, let's do some of the stickers. Such tiny little stickers. If these stickers were any smaller, it would probably be almost impossible to get them on. And like like so many of them are just covered up by the armor. Like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Guess it's just love of the game. It was such a lovely kit with all the detail. Might as well do everything on it. Alright. Cool. A good chunk of the hip's done. I guess we could do another section. Alright. Stickers away for now. Yo, how's it going? Hopefully your evening is treating you well. I am currently working on the waist part, the waist of this gigantic behemoth of a Gundam kit. Absolutely massive. Although you did the perfect grade or sorry, you did the big unicorn kit, right? Guess that's actually an even bigger scale than this, right? But just look at the detail on this. Isn't that crazy? So nice. Like there's like wiring and everything. Metallic parts. Absolutely a gorgeous kit. And I mean, like, it is expensive, so it better be good, I guess. Okay, 1, 3. This one. Yeah, so like I am doing this a little bit weird. I will not be taking the entire thing apart to paint. I'm not gonna actually paint every single piece of the inner frame. A lot of it gets, first off, a lot of it gets covered up by the armor anyways. But I had like a bit of a concern, and the concern was that the plastic for the inner frame is almost entirely ABS plastic. And ABS plastic doesn't play too nicely with lacquer paints. And I think you could do it still, but a lot of the connections in this kit are really, really tight. So I'm actually going to do this one a little bit differently, which is build the inner frame first, and then I'll take apart what I need to, so that I paint the parts that are visible when the armor is on. But I don't know exactly what all those parts are yet. I have to like wait till I get that far. And then yeah, that's kind of my plan. But I'm sort of winging this. Like, I don't really know if this is the best way to go about this. There aren't really too many other people who've actually painted this whole thing to really like ask or see what other people have done. So yeah, I'm kind of just, yeah, we're just winging this one. And hopefully it works out in the end. I will say though, if somebody didn't want to paint this one, like, you don't, like, okay, you never need to paint a kit for them to look good, but some kits definitely, like, I think, like, you get a lot more out of painting them than others, right? This kit is gonna look insane, even if you just did nothing with it. You just, like, if you use all the stuff that's in the box, like all of the stickers, all the decals, and everything like that, this thing is gonna look beautiful, like, right out of the box. Which is not always the case with every other kit. Some kits, they really do need, like, you know, some work to make it really, really nice. But just with all of the details and all of, like, the, all of the extra stuff that you get, like, it's just so nice. Honestly, I think the Mega Unicorn actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there's the level of detail in this versus that is not comparable. Yeah, this is, I mean, the level of detail with this kit compared to anything ever is not particularly comparable, right? At least from Bandai. The other PGU, the Grandpa is in the same ballpark though. Like, they're just beautiful, you know. Wait, like attention to detail in the kit. Yeah. Like, I have my runners laid out, and I only have the ones out for the waist part, and I'm just swapping what I need inside and out of the box. But the instructions are nice in that it tells you exactly which runners you need for each section. You don't just have to constantly be shifting through all of them or have them all sprawled over your desk to be able to organize it. I just grab the ones I need for the next section and then you know, move along that way. But still, yeah, it's crazy. XP 4, 5. I will say though, the build is honestly easy. Like, there's nothing hard about this. And that's kind of like true of most Gunpla. Like, it's never like really that hard, but since the parts, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I'll show you in detail if there's anything you want to know, like, specifically. I'll show you. But even that, like, the process of this is actually easier than a lot of kits. Some kits require a lot of cleanup on the parts, right? And it can take a while to do that. This kit comes fully undergated almost entirely, right? And the parts are just easy to manage. So in a bunch of ways, it's actually easier than even like a high grade or something to get to look good, because the parts just don't need a whole lot of extra work on them. And that's actually always been the case. Yeah. Almost every part that has any color to it or will show on the outside is undergated. So every part, to give you an idea, every part that that is going to get painted will be sanded. So that'll happen. But since a lot of these parts aren't getting sanded, I'm not actually sanding them. I'm just doing two cut method with one pair of nippers and then the side cutters. And then I've got either a glass file or some sandpaper or grinding sticks to do any cleanup when I need to. But since a lot of them are undergated, it's really only important that it's most important just that you completely clean out those undergates. Otherwise, the parts won't attach properly, or they won't fit together. And you'll find that out very quickly if it does happen. Okay. 6. So yeah, in a bunch of ways, at least for the snap build of this, I would say it's actually easier in terms of part preparation than even like modern master grades. But nonetheless, if you are planning on painting the parts, you still need to sand them so that the paint sticks better to them, and some other general good practices, which I will do for the parts that are going to get painted for sure. But yeah, so now that I have these parts kind of clipped out, right? You can see I left a good amount of gate. Like if man, zoom in a little bit. So I've left like a good chunk of gate around all of them, right? So after this, it's if you have side cut nippers, right? You can cut very close to the edge, right? And then from here, it's a very simple cleanup, especially on like parts like this where a lot of it's not going to be visible. But you can see that since this part actually would be visible, right here, this one was undergated. So you have to clean up that undergate, and then you have to be very careful to make sure you've properly cleaned out this excess plastic here, because first off, if you don't, it looks bad. And then second, if you try to fit this part together with whatever it's connecting to, if there's that excess plastic in there, it won't work properly. So I've used the 2-cut method for a lot of things, and then I've used my hobby knife a lot to clear out like the excess undergating. But having a pair of side blade nipper or single blade nippers is very, very helpful for dealing with when it comes to dealing with undergates. Sometimes the undergate is really easy to just 2-cut clip though. If you have like a good opportunity to just do the 2-cut, you don't even need to sand anything at all. So you get to save a lot of time that way.
Enter into
You got the god hands. Yeah, they are very like, you know, it's expensive for what it is, and like you can always be like, if your friends like, you're like, how much did your like, you know, how much does all this cost? And you're like, well, I spent 80 bucks on a pair of nippers, and people look at you funny. But honestly, god hands or you know, any of the premium side blade or single blade cutters do save you a lot of time. So it kind of is worth the cost. Especially if you know you're going to be doing lots of the hobby and you want to save yourself time, and you want to have like a nice output on a lot of your kits. Have you purchased a oh, you're off for now? Okay, sure. Yeah, take care, man. Have a good evening. Oh, I was gonna ask if you got a glass file, this sort of thing. I think it's just another just another very worthwhile tool to get, especially for, you've got one? Good. Then you're golden. You've got a lot of the stuff that you need, at least for like general builds, to kind of make it go go fast and look good at the same time. Display, yeah. There, the display one, there's the razor one, there, you know, a glass file is a glass file. For the most part, anyways. Yeah, so that'll always be the case. Like, since glass files are like really rigid, right? Like sturdy, they don't curve or bend or anything like that. You can't always get them into every area. Eventually, like, you know, you have to use a hobby knife for some areas, or like very small tools for sanding. I really like these little things. They're basically just little etched parts, sanding sticks, but you can stick adhesive sandpaper onto them, and then you can sand and like properly file down very, very small areas if you need to. Yeah, definitely recommend these things. Oh, and I gotta be a good streamer man here. You can get these on lightbringer.net, and you can get 15% off if you use code GunplayKira15. But yeah, these are actually super duper helpful. This plus adhesive sandpaper. I've used these for a very, very long time for, you know, for exactly small little areas. That and then of course your hobby knife is just very good too. Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to you later, man. Have a good evening. Gold parts are actually just so nice. I am not even gonna repaint these. Like, definitely not. It's not really needed. I wonder if there'd be any interest in a stream on how to edit like pictures for Gunpla. I feel like that's something that I get asked quite a fair bit. All right, let's put some parts together. Why does this not fit? What on earth? Oh. Is that just how that goes? I guess it is. Alright. Together. Oh. Nice. Oh, shoot. 14. Uh-oh. No, wait. Wait. Wrong order. Wrong order. Cool. Nice. Alrighty. We got quite a few pages done there, and I think that's probably it for the stream for tonight. But if you joined, if you're still here, just chilling, thank you very much for watching. We'll do another one soon, hopefully with more like kind of lead up time. I gotta tell people that it's actually happening. Alright, have a good evening, everyone.